Based on popular demand, today we are reviewing the GAIA playing cards. Now, yes, these are the GAIA playing cards. This was the most voted upon on the giveaway video because I'm giving away 3 of these decks, 1 to 3 different people, so you can check that out right up there. But today I'm reviewing the GAIA playing cards because that's what you guys wanted, and I try to do what you guys want, so I do giveaways. I do playing card reviews, which is what I'm doing today. I do magic trick tutorials. I do sleight of hand tutorials and cardistry and everything else in between related to playing cards and magic and so on and so forth. So subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified when I post a new video. Like this video, comment down below which of the other 2 you want me to review next between the Play Dead playing cards and the Margin playing cards. And now I'll catch you guys in the review of the GAIA playing cards. Let's get into it right now. Now I'm loving this GAIA playing cards deck because it has like this really cool 70s like hand sketch mountain theme, and I'm really liking it. It has a really cool wraparound design all the way around, so you can use 4 decks to actually create the whole tuck box. The front just says GAIA with some mountains on both sides and a deer in the front and some overlaying vinyl leaves across the top. A bunch of intricate artwork going all the way around the outside. So that is really just a tuck box, and it does have some embossing. So GAIA is embossed, the deer is embossed over here, and then neither of the sides are embossed, but some of the parts of the back, like the eagles, are embossed, and that is that. So the top of it is just more of the leaves that fall down on both sides here. The bottom is simply add copy for the USPCC, which means this is going to be a great deck, and it was designed by Ben Sinclair, clearly a great artist. The inside says GAIA as well, and the inside of the tuck box was also done, which I love. So I'll show you that before I get those cards to stop falling away. So it has more rustic artwork, but instead of like the light blue sky background, you have more of a burgundy red background. You still have the leaves, and you have a bunch of like more tiki artwork. You have the vine coming up both sides there, all the way down to the bottom. And from someone who's actually working on making a deck, that cost much more money. So the amount that he was willing to put in more money into this deck to actually make this worth more and look better definitely cost him a lot, but still, that means he was worth it. It was worth it to him to make this deck beautiful. So let's actually look at the playing cards. First, let's look here at the faces. So we have our jokers that are not duplicates, but they are both really intricately designed monkeys. Both wearing hats. One is swinging and one is wearing pants. I don't know why there's the contrast there, but I think it's kind of funny. Extremely well done. The shadows are well done. Really just all around well done. I love the custom fonts and that it has this line down here. It makes it look more artistic because of that little swirl at the top. I don't know if that has a specific name or not from you artists, but all I do is pointillism, so drawing like this is not really my thing because I can't do it. I wish I could. Ace of Spades is one of the coolest Ace of Spades I've ever seen. I've never seen this much detail. He put an entire forest scene inside of an Ace of Spades, and then an Ace of Spades behind the Ace of Spades. That's super cool. So hey, you have all these like twisted vines here. You have the forest and the river creeping through, and you have the mountain over the top, and then you have an entire Ace of Spades behind it. Absolutely love that. Then for the rest of your pips, you're going to have a bunch of leaf patterns inside for your pips, and it's not done on a white; it's more on like a tannish beige. But all of these have standard placement. You don't have the standard fonts for your indices, and you also have a little line underneath the indices as well. That's not standard. I like that. Yeah, so the 9 and 10 don't have standard placement, but I do like it. Now, these are all going to be one-ways, which is fun. So your Jack of Spades has a fox lying down on this side. It's a gray fox. And then on this side, you have more of like a blonde fox, and you also have the pip in the center. So you have an owl on this side sprawling its wings, and this side is sitting there with a feather in its mouth. This side you have a buck looking to its right. This one you have it howling at the moon. Now we have, for the diamonds, you have like an ice scene. You have a bunch of icy branches, and you have a creek with ice in it going to like a cave, and the mountains are over the top of that. Really, really cool. And then for this, you will have, I don't even know what to call that, but it's like a butterfly wing pattern inside all the diamonds. Really, really like luscious red color. And then you have seals on this side. So there's two of those. Then you have those pumas. It's like white, man, that was fat. Then you have polar bears for the king of diamonds. That one's mad. Jeez. And then you have, for the clubs, you have the apes in like a jungle scene. So there's the two of those. Those are pumas. I do know that. I think the other ones might have been leopards. I don't remember what I said last time. And then we have like toucans. The only reason I know that is because Toucan Sam. If you know who Toucan Sam is, leave him in the comments, because I want to know who my truly loyal crew is. Toucan Sam he was the bomb. Still is. I still use this stuff every morning. Alright. Then I really do like this intricate pattern of like this leaf pattern. Only difference is, instead of like 4 combined leaves, it's like if you pick up a leaf and look at like the veins of a leaf. Yeah, so definitely more of a forest scene for the clubs. And I love it how all of them has the design behind it. Now this is going to be more like a savanna scene for the hearts. You have the lion for the king of hearts. There's the two of them. Then you have a elephant. Would probably be an elephant for the queen of hearts. Then you have a bison. I don't remember who gave me a bison joke in the giveaway video, but whoever it was, leave that same bison joke and I will pin that comment in this one, because it was amazing. I absolutely loved your bison joke. Or you can just go back to the giveaway video and see if you can find it, even though at this point there's been like 800 entries, so it might be a little bit difficult. I really do like this one though. I don't really know. It's like antlers, like multicolored antler pattern. Never seen anything like the way he's done these pips. Yeah, definitely more of a savanna pattern. It comes down a little bit farther than I'd probably like at the bottom here, but besides that, I really like it. You have the two elephants and the sunset in the background. And then for your 2 extra cards, you have like another scene. So I'm going to set these down real quick just to see what this actually looks like. Yeah, so you have another really cool scene with some eagles flying like this. So I can set that down, and you have a really cool picture that you can hang up or do whatever you want with, which is probably how he got the wraparound design there. So that is probably that. Those are probably that. And actually, looking at it, it is. So that is super, super cool. I've never thought about doing that before. And then on the back side, we just have some produced by Forged Arts and designed by Ben Sinclair with the pips at the bottom. So I'm going to leave both of these over here because that just looks really cool. So you guys can look at that while I review the rest of the deck. So now let's look at the back design. So this is actually what was on the same type of thing that was on the inside of the tuck box, which is really cool. So like basically the outside of the tuck box in those cards was the faces, and then the inside of the tuck box was the back design. Super cool. So it has a bunch of swaying patterns. If you know what the type of thing this is, let me know, because honestly I'm not sure how to quite describe this, because it definitely has like a vibe, it has a theme to it, but I don't know what that technical term is. But it's the closest thing I can come up with is like cell division is the first thing that came to my mind, but clearly this is 70s, like a 70s cartoon theme, and that is like not from a sketchbook. But still has the tan borders, still like that. I kind of wish it would have been white, but for the deck it makes sense. Fans beautifully, super smooth, and it's USPCC, which is hopefully what I'll be doing mine on. But USPCC clearly creates the best stuff ever. If you want good quality stock, you go through USPCC. Comes in smooth on the sides, which I love. It's so smooth. Hallelujah. I hate it when decks come in and you have to you scratch up your fingers and when you can get a paper cut and you go over the sides of a deck, it's not smooth enough. Either way, let's see how this deck performs. So clearly, I don't think that we'll have much of a problem with cardistry because it does have a slight border and it's not super thick. So packet cuts should be easy to recognize. I wish that this would have been a little bit more defined here. So I do see the little bit of a light blue going around the outside of it to make it a little bit more defined, but probably making that pop a little bit more would have been nice. Maybe making that blue a little bit brighter, so that way packet cuts would have been even cooler for that. Because you do get cool packet cuts, just not as cool as what I think it could have been. But all in all, it still works. So let's see if this thing can Pharaoh. So let's go from top to bottom. Oh yeah, that was clearly just perfect. Let's see, giant fan, there you go. Still looks good, but I don't feel like it is as good as it could have been. All right, now let's see it from bottom to top. A little bit more of a struggle with that. I'm gonna try again. Hopefully that was just me and not the cards. No, it is a little bit more difficult from bottom to top. I mean, it's not I'm not just sawing back and forth on it, but it is a little bit more difficult. All right, let's go from that. So clearly, Cascades look great with this deck. Maybe under pressure. Whoa, that was not what I meant to do. Let's try that again. There we go. Yeah, so I just wish there was more artwork intensified over here on the sides, because it goes from the border, it's a thin dark border, and then there's a space before it really gets into any of the artwork, which is kind of sad because it does make fans and such suffer a little bit. Alright, let's see what it looks like when you fan the faces, just because of those lines. Okay, that's a problem. So they are really spread apart from the border, so the 4 is really far over, and it makes fanning them, so even if you just fan half of it, that wouldn't be bad, and then you still have a little bit of a line there, but since they're so far away from the border, it does make it a little bit more difficult. Thickness, I'd say just a standard bike deck, maybe a little bit thicker, so if a bike deck was a 5, this would be a 6. But really, it feels really good in the hand. It's not hard to spring. It feels a lot like, if I'd say something and feel close to, probably not Monarchs, what are those? Cherries. That's what I was looking for. So if you own a deck of cherries, this is probably the closest thing I could think of that would relate to that. Who would want to buy this deck? Clearly collectors would love this deck. Such a 70s cartoon, sketch drawn in a notebook type of theme. Makes so much sense for a collector. I think it would be extremely easy for Magic, easily recognizable. Has a detailed pattern just like a deck of bikes would. Just like this, or the slow hands playing cards from Kier Gomes. Absolutely love that deck, already backed it. But seriously, you can go ahead and check these out in the link in the description. I've got you guys 15% off. I think it'd be kind of hard for cardists to use it, just to be honest. Gameplay would be easy, so really just cardists would be the only ones that might suffer a little bit from this deck, unless you're a cardist and you think I'm wrong, which if I'm wrong, cardists, let me know. I just don't really see this working out extremely well for cardists. Either way, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, give this video a thumbs up. This is Card Perfect, signing off.